Good morning.
Good
I
morning.
never know why this thing is like never positioned right. One day we will have like a really good setup and like this thing will run like so I just made the fastest
Mhm.
coffee I've ever made in my life. Like I was like I can do this. I saw a minute and 20 on the counter
You're like, I got it.
and I said I'm going to go do this. And I plugged it in and that's why if you saw me on the camera while you were waiting, I ran.
Running around,
I
yeah.
did. I was
I was like
like,
I
you were
need
like
it. I was like
sprinting
I'm
back and forth.
tired. We've had such a yesterday and today. Like this whole week has been really exciting and tiring and everything. And um, it was just like, I was like, no, we're gonna do this. I was like, I can do this. We can do anything here. Good morning, hello everyone. It's good to see all of you. It's Kickstarter day. Our online character journal just launched. We're so excited. Online original character journal has already launched. Um, I wanted to give a big shout out to we're already at like almost 40% there within the first hour and a half. Huge thanks to our you guys. I know Nikki, especially Nikki, put in a huge contribution. I can't tell you how much we appreciate you, Nikki, and your support, and all of you who've put in right at the start. It means a lot to us because we got this thing kicked off right off the ground, right off the bat, and it just means a lot to us that you guys believe so much in what we're doing and where we're trying to take things. And so, just deeply thank you for that, for investing in us. We really appreciate it. Uh,
Yeah, we're
this
going to be
lady,
putting a shout out in the updates channel here in a little bit. I know a bunch of you already um, put in your pledges, so thank you guys so much.
yeah, thank you guys so much. And these ladies have put so much work into this. Ella has put her whole heart into this, and she
Hmm.
has put everything. And look, she even came with her cute earrings today and everything. Like she's all ready to go. And I'm just so proud of us and what we've been able to accomplish, and this community for coming together. You guys always come together and help continue to push our studio. And again, just deeply appreciate how much you guys do. We hope our hope is that by this evening, when we do the third one, we hope to have hit the goal. So we'll see. We'll see where things go.
That would be
We'll
awesome.
see.
We'll see. We'll see
That
where
would be
things
awesome.
go. But we'll try. We'll see what happens. Um. Yeah. So today we got some fun. Well, good morning, Lauren. I didn't get to say hi. I've been talking all over you. How are
Yeah.
you?
Hi. No, you're good. I actually have coffee today instead of my energy drink, so we're switching it up today.
Oh, so you and me are
I know.
coffee twins today. But remember, mine
Hmm.
doesn't have anything in it. Mine is well, no, mine has Splenda. I don't put cream in it anymore. So
Oh my gosh, mine has like syrups and milk and yeah, all kinds of stuff.
hers is like
So
liquid cereal is basically what hers is, right?
good. It's
So
good. It's delicious.
the only thing that it's actually on brand, like Ella drinking tea, like her thing being tea is on brand because it's
Hmm.
very her, right? It's
Very,
like it makes sense
very.
that it's tea. I wish though, like in this alternate universe, Ella loves coffee, and we're like, oh yeah, let's like pour over these spreadsheets with our coffee, like that's
Lana
my
is a
Oh.
dream, but
coffee twin too.
yeah. So Lana's a coffee twin too. Absolutely. Absolutely. So anyways, so I thought today, this morning, so we've got three more sessions today. Do you want to tell them real quick about the other two sessions, Ella, before we get too far?
Yeah, so this afternoon at 12:30 Central, like always, we've got a little bit of a workshop. We're doing teeth, mouths, and noses in that one. More kind of expression stuff. We're going to be using the bases again, which are on our Patreon or on our Discord. And then tonight, we're going to be working on the piece that we've been working on, the one where Hugo is like coming out of the rift. I think we're going to do kind of some graphic stuff on it, or maybe just some like flat grays or something like that. We're going to kind of just finish it up, get it ready for our assistant and that sort of thing. So, what?
Nothing. I'm laughing because she's like, "We're gonna do this." She's telling me what to do with it. So I'm like, "Oh, I'm getting the signals. I'm getting the signals ahead of time of what to
No,
do."
you can do whatever you want. I'm trying to give you options.
I'm
I'm
just picking
giving.
with you. Listen, I made the fastest coffee and shaved the fastest this morning. You have no idea how quickly I shaved and got ready for this.
Crazy.
Like it was insane. I was up super late last night working on stuff, and I was like, I woke up this morning and I was, I rested pretty well. I'm actually pretty
Mm.
rested despite the fact I went to bed at like 2:15. But, and look, see, look, does this look like the face of someone who went to bed at 2:15? No, no, because it's the passion of life, the joie de vivre that keeps me alive and going.
Wow,
Oh my god.
So we're gonna learn.
fancy.
We're gonna learn today. Good morning, everyone. Hey, everyone who's just coming in. Just one more time before we get started. A big thank you to everyone who's supported his Kickstarter launch day. Thank you to everyone who's already supported. We've had some just giant contributions that came in right at the beginning. Nikki, thank you again. We really appreciated that. We're gonna the folks that we do recognize. We're gonna put in the update channel on Discord. Some people we don't know because they have names. So if you have given and you want and you give under a different name, then we recognize you. Be sure to DM Ella, and we want to make sure that you guys are recognized for that. So we're really excited about that today. If you happen to be new here, welcome. I'm RC, the creator of Flux Destiny. Our server is open. Usually it's closed to just people who get the Discord pass or who purchase any of our products. It really doesn't, it takes just a purchase to get in normally, because we like to keep the community. We're really serious about the community and protecting it and making sure that it's a really fun place. And you can tell from the people in the chat what kind of quality people we have, right? We try to keep it in a really good place. And thank you so much for the super chats. I'm seeing the twins, Beast King and Ruben, have been sending us some love. I feel like they're like making it rain over here with the super chats. So.
There's a little competition going on, I think.
Thank you guys, though. We really appreciate that. Yeah, so Ella dropped the link in the chat, and if you're new and you want to join, welcome. We had a lot of great new people join this week, and lots of new friends, new RP people, new OCs, et cetera, et cetera. So, all right. So today we're going to learn about head construction. This is like a base thing that is so important. Like, this is like the important thing. Like, and the way I normally, whenever I do like teach other students, is that I literally start from the head down and I construct the body. Like, we focus on one area. Normally, if it's like under my structured curriculum, we do like we build
like the one
first.
That we're gonna do.
Right,
RC
the one
and I
that we're
will do.
doing on our new Patreon tier that I'm leading Ella through the whole thing. So you're getting kind of a preview of those things when we're doing it. Normally what I do is we learn to build each part of the body separately. Like, we work on the head first, and we don't move on to the torso until we've kind of mastered the techniques of the head. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect at doing it. It just means that you understand it and that you are ready to go with that set of instructions, right? You're like, okay, I get it. I know how to take this and go from there. So that's, and then we move on to the torso, and then we move on to the pelvis and legs. And then after we've done that, then we build the whole body, right? Then we move on to building the whole body. And then we move into other things like, how do you draw scenes and things like that. So first thing is like, okay, how do you draw a person? Or we got to get that like nailed down. Everything else we kind of move from there. So that's how I operate with this stuff. So, Lauren, before we get started, what was the most in your professional art training?
Oh my gosh, you're about to put me on the spot.
What was the biggest? What was the biggest thing? Did you ever learn something in the process that you're like, oh my god, this like blew my like just blew your mind?
Ooh.
And like really changed your level of skill?
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I already have a answer for this. So, for me, at least, figure drawing and like motion, like line of motion drawing was my like biggest thing that changed my artwork. Basically, I had to do like a couple figure drawing classes with like live models and like full sketches and everything. And we would have to do stuff where we would do like, 1-minute sketches, right? Where it's like you have to capture the motion, the shape, the sort of um, this like figure within the span of a minute. And that helped me so much with my art, especially if you're interested in like comics and like animation and drawing for those kinds of things. That line of motion is going to like kind of take your work from feeling flat and two dimensional to feeling really like real and like dynamic. So that was probably my biggest thing personally.
Did you notice that it had an impact on like the way that you drew after that? Like that you were like suddenly like, whoa, this is
Yeah,
okay.
because I'm constantly looking for it now. Like I'm constantly looking for like, okay, where is, the motion coming from? Like if you have like a figure who's standing like in a certain pose, where is their center of gravity? Where is, kind of like what's leading the motion and what's trailing behind it? Like it's so you see it in everything when once you've done it.
Yeah, that's amazing. Those kind of things really, and for a lot of people, it's different. For me, it was construction with boxes. That had a huge
Mm.
impact on me, like massive impact on me. So that's, we're going to see a little preview of that today. Okay, so I'm going to switch over and we're going to start, excuse me.
This will be good because when we make our heads, we can use them for the teeth and mouth section later.
That's true. That is true.
There
And
you
that's why I
go.
wanted to do the head, because it's like if you understand how to build at least rudimentary how to build a head, then the teeth and all that stuff come in later. So, okay, so let me switch over. All right, can you guys see my screen? Let me know when you can see.
Yeah, because there's always like a slight delay
Yeah, I
for
know.
us.
I figure. Oh, made. Actually, hold on. One second.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
Okay. All right. Give me one second. I accidentally made your. I was trying to zoom in and I accidentally made your bubble gigantic. Okay, hold on.
Oh no! Hi
As
everyone.
it
I'm
should
always.
be.
It's like suddenly Lauren got really big and enthusiastic about all this. And
Yes, let's go.
I don't. I always try to be like Ella and I, because of our like um stage and screen backgrounds, are very like about like the professionalism of the show and like everything's
Oh
got to be
yeah,
buttoned
yeah.
up. And so when that kind of stuff happens, I'm like, no, you idiot! How did you do that?
No,
God, how could you mess that up? God.
how could you? No, God.
Okay, so let's first start with, I have this graphic here. I don't worry, it's in Korean, but don't worry about what it says in Korean. I don't know what it says. Hopefully it just says this is what a skull looks like and not something offensive. But like the I'm showing you this. I want to start off with this because there's a misconception that your head looks like a basketball or a sphere, or you know what I'm saying? Your head is not a sphere. You start with the construction of the head using a sphere, but then you got to carve it right? You got to carve the shape of the head to work properly. Because if you notice here on this skull, the sides of the head are flat. Like just put your own hand on your face. Your head is actually more like a cube, like a marshmallowy cube, right? Like you actually have like four surfaces. Well, this way you have one, two, three, you have four surfaces, right? Like the sides of your face, here, and the back. And then you've got the top of your head. Knowing this will radically change the way you draw, because then you're like, oh, everything doesn't have to slide around a sphere. Your face is not like the earth. It's not a globe. Okay. And I think a lot of times that we get confused because we see that in, cartoons and things like that, that things are reduced to sphere shapes. But the problem is that when you look at it that way, it creates, it actually makes things more complicated for you. So when you think of your head more like a cube, it makes it easier to draw heads. So, and furthermore, looking at this example here. So let me make some notes on this. So first, looking here at the, make sure this works. Okay, so what's awesome about this, looking at the skull, is that when the other day when I was teaching you guys,
Whoa!
Whoa, B! Oh
What
my
happened?
gosh!
Oh my
Thank you
gosh,
so
B, that is
much.
super sweet of you. Thank you so
Sorry,
much.
RC, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, I was like, I was like, did I just show something I wasn't supposed to? I was like,
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
thank
I
you.
really got excited. That's all.
Thank you, B. That is very sweet of
Aw,
you. That is very sweet of
thank you
you. We
so
really appreciate
much.
it. B is a sweetheart. I just love her to death, and she's so talented, and her style has she's got this very unique style. Every time we first met, I think it was on Instagram, and she would do
Mm,
fan art out of the blue, this like really beautiful like fan art that she would send because she has this very like magical style, and
mm-hmm.
she always did really amazing Kazuo fan art, which was very cool. And
Mhm.
we were I still have all of it. B. I saved all of it actually. Believe it or not, I have it. So, anyways, appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, anyways, looking back at this, notice here when we look at these different, when we look at the skulls here, take a look at this. You remember when we were drawing the eye lines, and we
Mm-hmm.
can kind of see where the eyes go. This intersection here that I talked about being so important is important because so many things happen from this area here. I would normally kind of draw this intersection a little lower. When I do it in my style, it's more like this here. Well, there's two eye lines. There's the top eye line and the bottom is what I normally do. And then this is the actual intersection I'm talking about right here. This intersection is where the ear comes out. And then it's also where the hairline comes out. What I normally do is I draw like a 45-degree line like this. I do like a lightning bolt and then go up here into the hairline. And then if it's, a
Yeah,
male
I like
character,
your eye line better, I think.
yeah, I think, well, it's just here they have the top eye line. They didn't do the bottom. I do the bottom I use as the basis, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can see here by knowing this structure, you know exactly how to put your hairlines, right? And
Mhm.
amongst other things. So here I was able to draw a hairline. I knew exactly where to draw the ear based off this. And then now the jaw also comes from this area, see? So you're able to draw really easily knowing all those coordinates. When you guys see me drawing very quickly, it's because I'm using this structure. Now, before we go too far in the structure, I said this yesterday. It is so important that when you're using structure, it's very easy to be like, oh, I have to draw it like exactly like this. And the problem is, this is a guide. It should not be rigid because if you try to draw very rigid with structure, your work will be very stiff. It will look like this, like it's like you gotta be flexible with it. Use it as a general guide, right? Don't use it as something that constrains you. So, and when you do this, so do you remember that Freerin meme that was going for a couple weeks where like drawing the
Yeah.
upward looking face? What's so funny is that I had obsessed over drawing that particular angle for like 2 years prior to it, and I got really good at drawing that angle because I obsessed over it. And it's funny
Mm.
because I understand why it's such a mystery to people, right? When that particular angle, it's not normal. You don't normally see this view. In fact, this is probably one of the most frightening human views because every time I open my phone and I need to like post something on TikTok, it opens the upward looking camera, and I scare myself. I'm like, oh my god, I'm hideous. Like, what is this? And then I realize, oh, it's just you do the thing where you hold the camera up here and suddenly you're beautiful, but then you hold the camera down here and
Mhm.
you're like, I'm like Shrek all of a
Um,
sudden.
RC, have you seen that art trend of people like redrawing that terrible like angle of the anime girl
Yes,
like from down there?
yes.
I love
And it was
it.
great because it got people to learn that, right? To understand and learn from it. So
Yeah.
the reason why I'm bringing that up is that look at this particular example from this book by the artist Taco, which by the way, Taco has this amazing series of like anatomy books. There's actually a video. Oh, there she's got it right there. She's showing to you. It is the Bible of this stuff. It's all in Korean, but that doesn't matter. You don't need to actually read to understand. Look at that. It's a
This one is
gorgeous book.
translated.
Oh, that yours is
Hmm.
translated? One of
The
mine is
first one,
translated. The first one is,
so
right?
the section 1 and 2, which are the anatomy ones, are translated. The character design one, which is the orange one, is not translated.
Ah, okay. And the thing
So
is, you don't.
he's got like three. He's got a bunch of them, but the first two, the original ones, are translated.
The thing about them is that you don't really need to read it because the images are so good that you understand what he's trying to communicate with it. Right? They're
Agreed. Yeah.
very, very good. They are like the Bibles of anatomy for me. Like I keep them. They're just absolutely beautiful books. There's a video actually on our channel where I do a review of it and I flip through them. So you should check it out. And there's a link there where you can buy it. Uh, and it will. And I highly suggest getting those books because they're great. But anyways, look here. When we were talking about the head being like a square, like a cube, if you think of it that way, look how much easier it is to draw the Freerun angle, right? Because if we look at this particular angle here of this guy, we can see there's this shelf here, right? And where people get confused is the intersection of the neck and the head, right? And what's cool about this is if you look here, there's this, what I love about this is like he kind of treats people like Legos, you know, like you can see where people fit, right? Like this is where the neck would screw in, right? Here. But this part is a shelf, right? And if I were to draw a cube around this, so I'm going to draw a cube around this guy. Look at this. See that? Now I can see this plane. I can see this plane right here. And this helps me visualize where the chin should be. And so when you see me drawing cubes, whenever I'm doing that, it's because of that purpose. It helps me visualize the planes. You know, one problem that I see a lot of artists when I'm first teaching them is they're like, why does my work look so flat, right? And a lot of times it's because they're just free drawing and they're not thinking in 3D, right? And that's what using this particular structure method that I'm going to teach you guys about does, is it makes your brain start thinking in 3D. Sometimes what'll happen, what was really interesting, I had a few students who I would teach them the head, right? That we'd start like with the head. They would go and then they would draw like torso, like half bodies, and they would show me and they go, what's wrong with this? And it would be that the head would be in 3D, but the body would be 2D, right? Because we hadn't gone over yet to use the same principle to teach the construction of the torso, right? So that's so, when you start thinking, you start realizing, oh, it's popping out of the page when you use these techniques. So right here, this is another really great example. This is what I'm going to be teaching you guys today, is this. So again, this is another example of how I use cubes to set the direction and planes of the head before I actually draw it, right? So when I draw this, I know right here in this top left example, this plane, I know that this is flat, right? This is flat here. This is a flat part of the head. All this part is flat. This part is flat. And so, and later when we get to draw, at some point when we talk about drawing profiles, which is a really fun class, you'll see that I get to do My Hero Academia rant, where I rant about My Hero designs and how everyone has like a dragon snout in that show because it's like their noses, like their snouts come out to here. That's like
You're
like
so
my
right.
that's like my magnum opus, is that rant about that, right? Like the minute they turn, suddenly they're like dragons or something. And I have this thing where I show you your face is really flat. Is actually really flat. You can have a big nose, but the plane that your nose sits on is very flat, right? So look at this example right here. If you look here, bro's face here, look, this is flat. See, the nose is poking out, but the plane of the face is flat. Here we can see it here too. Oh, sorry, I need to go down so you can see. So the flatness of it, this is, I'm trying to really emphasize to you how important it is to stop thinking of the head like a sphere. It's just that's just not what you want to do. It is a basically a rounded cube. Okay. So, any questions, thoughts, Lauren, and Ella, before I move forward?
My one thing that I want to add is, guys, take reference photos, or, like use stuff like that. Like if you're having trouble drawing a figure at a certain angle, if you're wanting that like down shot,
Yes.
literally like set up your phone, take like a ugly like picture of yourself, and then use that
It is so
as
true.
your drawing reference.
So there's two things that I do. There's that I absolutely take photos whenever I need reference. Like I will there I need to erase it, but there's like this like library of photos that I have in my like photo booth
Yeah,
on my Mac
same,
of
same.
me going,
Yeah,
like things like that, and it's like
the amount of weird photos that I have of me or like my friends even who I'm because I'm like trying to get them to do the pose for me of just like weird stuff. Like
Mm.
well, another thing you can do is you can buy these little I think they're called body coon character figures. So like these.
yeah, those are good too.
So I have two. I bought two of each. I have two male, two female ones. And whenever
Mhm.
I need to, obviously it helps to have two because then you can have them interact if you need to make them like fighting or whatever, right? So these little like
Mhm.
figures are really cool. You can buy them on Amazon. They're called Bodycoon, I think is what they're called. And what's cool is that you can pose them in any direction you want. You can do whatever, and it gives you like this general. I've never been able to use the 3D stuff that's in the computer, like in Clip Studio. It's so hard to pose. That's just me. Maybe I'm just not good at it. I have a very hard time posing in the computer versions of these things because everything is like
Mhm.
I spend more time doing that than just I should have just taken a picture of myself doing it and being done, or
Mhm.
using one of these, right?
I did the same exact thing. I used to do some of those computer programs too, and I realized that I was wasting so much time posing them when I could
So
just
much
do it
time. So much
myself.
time. Yeah, absolutely. And the truth is that as you get better using structure, the less you're going to find you need to rely on references because you're going to get more natural you have to get hyper curious about
Mm.
human body anatomy. And what that means is you have to become obsessed with every detail about it. Like, I remember when I used to see muscles, like whenever they would show diagrams of human muscle groups, and I'd be like, oh my God, this is overwhelming, right? But then I started studying them and looking more closely, and I would
Mhm.
spend time on certain parts of the body, the arms, the chest, the neck, and I would study how the muscles all connected together and how they worked. And
I Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt
no,
you.
no, yeah, just let me say this real quick is that in doing so, by understanding how everything connected, when I would draw the body, I would understand that, okay, I understood how like the pecs work, but when I understand more like if someone is doing this, like putting their chest out, the effect it
Mhm.
has on all the surrounding muscles because I studied them and how they work together, right? I actually have this cool Pinterest. I don't know, Ella, if you have the link to it, but my Pinterest references, um, I have like
Let
all
me
these
get it real
organized.
quick.
Yeah.
She'll drop it in the chat if you don't already have it. There's a list of Pinterest like folders I put together of all these cool references I find, and I continue to add to them, and so you can go check those out there. Lauren, what were you
Yeah.
gonna say?
I was just gonna say that in one of my like classes, they had us do this thing where we had like this giant board with like trace layers of tracing paper where throughout the entirety of the course, throughout about like 10 weeks, we were first drawing the skeleton, and then we were on a different layer drawing the muscles, and then on a different layer drawing the figure itself. And it was all this one piece that we were working on the entire quarter, where we were doing like studies of the anatomy basically. And that helped me so much with my like structure and learning like how everything moves, what shape certain things are. It's really really good study to do.
Yeah, it makes that kind of stuff is so valuable, right? Those kind of studies make a big difference. So anyway, so the last thing before I start like actually going into the construction of things is understanding that the skull is really like unless even if you're I'm going to show you um I think a lot of people and myself included, none of this is me throwing stones at glass houses because I was always the same way, right? Like I was always the same way. Is that I would get confused by seeing cartoon characters like Mickey Mouse or Sonic and seeing their head is basically all contained in a sphere, right? That
Mhm.
when you're drawing more realistically on that spectrum I showed you guys about, you have to think of the head as more distinct pieces, right? in this particular case here, where you see this building blocks of the skull reference here, you can see that here they've put the head into multiple pieces. Like there's the cranium, you've got the nose and upper teeth, and then you've got the cheekbones, and then you've got the jaw. That's good to look at it that way. You don't have to look at it that intensely. I look at it really as two pieces. I look at it as, oh, Ella, I don't think that's the one, Ella, that link. I don't think that's the one for the references.
Oh, I don't have it then.
Okay, all right. I will put it at the end of the thing. I will put it.
Sorry.
No problem. That's the one to our Pinterest, but that's not where I have the references. I have to find mine.
Oh,
I
sorry.
think it's my personal one. No, it's okay. No, go follow our Pinterest.
Uh-oh.
Go follow our Pinterest.
Go follow our Pinterest, guys.
Go follow our Pinterest.
No, but that is so important, though. I mean, so this is something that one of like a whole bunch of my professors used to talk about all the time. You have to know the rules of art before you can break them, because
So true.
you need to know how structure works. You need to know, this foundational stuff before you can turn them into like these super like fun cartoony characters that break those rules.
Absolutely. That is so true. Because in knowing that, you even ground the stuff that's on the like more graphical side of the spectrum in some anatomy, right? In some structure. So I think what you said is so important. So okay, so let's start. So we're going to start building. We're going to start using this particular method here that I use. That's going to create these kind of heads. Let's see. Let me find a blank space here. Okay, so we're just going to draw a very simple framework for it, right? And by the way, what you're going to notice is, I'm thinking if I should show you this elsewhere. No, I guess I'll do it as I do it. First, I'm going to just draw really rough to show you without the cube right now, just to show you the pieces. Whenever you've got a head and you're building a head, and you've got these particular, these are the lines I use, right? You've got the bottom eye line, the top eye line, this thing down the middle that I call the nose line. You've got this other prime meridian over here that intersects these. This is what I call the ear line. Because when you're looking at this, remember the other day I was showing you guys this golf ball and how I drew these lines all over it. Like, so these lines are, imagine this red line on this golf ball as the bottom eye line, right? Those are the main like construction lines. And then you start adding things like, okay, then you've got a hairline, right? You've got the hairlines, and then the jaw will come out from there. So I just want to kind of give you like the legend of what this stuff is. Okay. And the reason I told you that, because when you see me building the head, you're going to see how it maps to parts of the square, the cube, because the cube is supposed to act like a, I was mentioning yesterday that it works as a scaffolding, right, around the design. So I'm just going to build a simple, we're going to do a simple head. It's going to do like this. I'm going to just have it kind of slightly looking down and to the right. Draw this cube here. We're going to build the scaffold. And by the way, this cube, when you build this cube, it should be representative of the shape of the person's head. And what I mean by that is it should contain their head. If you're drawing Hey Arnold, his cube should look like this. Not even a cube, it's a box, right? It should be like this. And I'm actually going to draw him next to Hugo over here so you can see how it applies to even that kind of design. So we've got these two boxes, right? So I've got Hugo and Arnold right next to each other. What I typically do at this...
The matchup we didn't know that we needed.
I know, the crossover.
You know what? It's never... Actually, you're viewing history. That's never happened in history. In history, ever. And it will be the last time it happens. So you're witnessing history. Arnold and Hugo are on the same page. This will never happen again. This is like seeing a whale, humpback whale, jump from the ocean. Okay, so just
They are exactly the same. You're right.
same thing.
Yeah.
So once I've built the cubes, what I do is you'll see me do this, where I usually find the center of the cube by drawing the crosses. And this helps me identify the center of each plane. And the funny thing is that the first couple of classes that I usually do, there is like literally a class and a half where all the student is doing is drawing cubes and tracing planes and finding planes.
I'm so excited.
And I have seen, I don't
I
know if,
I hate cubes. I hate cubes. By the end of this class I will love them. That's my goal.
you will love them, because when you see what they
That is
do,
uh that is an actual assignment they give us in art school is, hey, 50 cubes due Monday. Like that's a legit thing I had to do for
yeah,
a
Don't
couple
tell
weeks.
me this.
it's a big deal, because the cubes are the basis of everything. That's how your art gets better, is because of that. So, okay, so we've got our 2 cubes here, and then, so just for reference, the face is going to be looking this way. The face is looking this way, right? So the face is here. This is where the face is going to be on each plane, right here, just so we know. So now that I have the framework, I'm going to dim it a little bit so it's easier to see. I'm going to start drawing the skulls within this, right? So the reason why I want to know where the center is that the cube needs to contain the whole head, including the jaw, right? Some people, when they're, when we talked about the hard parts of the human body, the skull itself, your ears will pop out of this cube, right? Because anything that's like your ears, your nose, your hair, all that stuff will pop out of things. And Jiumi, you will be able to draw cubes. You just got to practice. I promise. I
Okay.
promise. I promise you will get onto. I promise you will get it. It's just you just have to just sit and do it. I promise it'll work. So okay, so I'm gonna draw here Hugo's cranium, and you notice that again, it's not taking the whole. It's not taking the whole vertical space of the cube, because it needs to contain his jaw. But notice how it's touching, it's filling the whole space, right? Like I don't draw a cube like this and have, you're not going to see this, a little sphere floating in the middle of the circle. No, you have to, it has to touch the edges, right? It has to touch that. It has to be like snugly fit in there. And why? Well, when we did this earlier, when I traced where these center lines are, these center lines actually represent intersections of important parts of the construction. So here's the ear line, for example. Notice how it crosses over those center points. And then we've got the nose line. See how it's intersecting here with the front? And then we've got the bottom eye line that goes here. So you see how it's intersecting with these, where the crosses are? Those are anchor points. And these points are going to be insanely important later as I continue to build out his head. Let me go over here. Now, Arnold does not have a jaw. He's like Sonic, right? He's like built into that. So I don't need to draw the jaw the same way, but Arnold, when you draw him, watch this. His ears will intersect right here. So I just need to draw this like hot dog in here, or whatever, football shape, football head. Football head.
Football head.
Okay, so we've got football head here, and then watch, here's the center line. This is the nose line, and it's going to intersect in these 2 spaces. Up here's where his hat's going to go, right? In that, where this intersects here, and his nose will go here. Then we've got his eye line, which is going to intersect the center here, right? So we've got that. Now let's go and start building out. Hugo, luckily, does not have a football head, so he's going to we're going to start building out his jaw. So when we talked about earlier the importance of these intersections, let me change this color here. So this intersection right here is that magic intersection that I was talking about earlier, where like the ears, the jaw, the hairline all come out of this one. This intersection right here is the bridge of the nose, basically. this intersection at the top, oh, I'm sorry, this intersection right here, sorry, wrong, where the nose line kind of intersects with the top of the cube, that's kind of where your hairline should be approximately. And so if you know where those kind of things generally meet, you'll be able to build better because you'll know where everything's anchored, right? And by the way, remember, don't worry about it being perfect. You see, this is not like, look, did I draw the most beautiful cubes? No, just draw it. Don't worry about it being gorgeous and whatever. You don't want that. Yeah, the Stewie's built like that too. That I didn't I totally
Hey,
flipped my. That
I was
is
about to
Stewie.
say close enough. I mean,
Stewie, I could
Stewie has a
turn it
buffalo
into.
head too.
All I'd have to do is this to make it Stewie. I would just do this, and then you have the hair that's kind of like this. That's Stewie.
There you go.
That's
There
true.
he
That's
is.
okay.
Peak character design.
Peak character design.
Yeah, for
Okay, so let's
real.
get back here. So going back to this, we're gonna take this line down. This is Hugo's jaw. It will come here and meet in the front to where the nose line goes down and creates the center point for the chin. Notice how the chin is anchored here to the front, right? And we build the rest of the jaw like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've got a basis for this. I can pull out his ear from here. I can create that flat part of his head that will create his hairline. It does the thing where it zigzags up and meets with the line up here. And now we've got the basis for his head, right? That's the same here with Arnold, who he must be related to Stewie because he literally has like the same eyes and everything. So he's got his eyes right here. Right? He literally does. He got his ears sticking out here. We know that he's got that
Maybe
little.
Arnold is Stewie grown up.
Well,
Oh,
no,
changed
because
his name and
Conspiracy.
but Arnold came
voice
first.
and
What if Arnold is Stewie's real dad? Because Arnold came way before Stewie. He could technically, he's old enough to be his dad.
Conspiracies.
oh my
Conspiracy.
god,
So see how I
haunting.
can put the hat right here? So I've got the hat here. Little eyebrows. He's got the little nose, little mouth, and then he's got this Einstein hair thing going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see how relatively quick I was able to draw him just from that construction? So going here
Yeah.
back to Hugo, now knowing where the intersections are, notice that this is kind of creating this squared cube. I can draw his eyes. Put the eyebrows. Put the nose. Put a grin. And there you go. You got Hugo. So with all that work that I just did, now I can go in and put the fun stuff, right? The hair and everything else.
The icing.
What's that? The ice cream? Is that what
The
you said?
icing. No, the icing. The
The
icing.
icing. That's what we talk about. You got to earn that. You got to get to the icing. You got to do all this because, and look how fast I drew this. And I was talking this whole time. If I wasn't talking and I was actually just drawing, this would have been done in just a few moments of me doing this because I'm able to position things and draw them very quickly from that, you know? And you can do the same. We were talking about Sonic earlier. If I wanted to draw even cartoon characters like Sonic, if I want to use this same method, cube, and he's one that's easier because his whole head is contained including his jaw is contained into this. His jaw is more cartoony, so it fits in here.
Mm.
We've got his eye line here. We've got his eyes. We've got his nose. We've got his cheeks over here. Ears.
The way I would not be able to do this from memory like you are is like
Oh, well,
like the fact
why
that you
can
can
I?
do this from memory
I'm
is
so glad
crazy.
you said that. I'm so glad you said that because it's so important from the what you said from memory. Actually, first before I do that, let me just take a quick hello to everyone who happens to be new, who's just coming in. It's good to see all of you. I'm RC. We're in the middle of our head building class. Welcome. Our Discord is open. If you want to join our Discord, we have this great community in there. Normally, it's closed for unless you like join a certain tier or you make a purchase. But now's a great time to join our awesome community. If you're just joining us, come on in. And it's Kickstarter day, so we just launched our Kickstarter today. We're almost. I think we're past 30-something% there in just the first 2 hours. And thanks to our, we had some big contributions that came in. We really appreciated it. So be sure to go check it. You don't have to make a big contribution. You can give $1 if you wanted to it. But it's a really cool. It's for our original character journal. So be sure to go check that out. Okay. Anyways, regarding the memory stuff, that comes from what I was telling you earlier about being intensely curious about everything. Right? Like I study every character. I look at every cartoon character, every anime character, every comic book character I can possibly look at, and I will go in there and I will like study that intensely and I'll look for every detail. And as part of that, I remember those things. You know, like I know the basic construction of Sonic. I know these other things. I could draw most cartoon character. No, hold on. That's a big claim. I can draw a lot of characters. I can draw.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, I shouldn't say that. I can draw a lot of characters from memory because I look at them a lot, right? And I study how they're built, you know?
We should
So
just give you random cartoon characters for you to draw them. And just see
no more
one
class.
day.
I'm just drawing. I'm just drawing
Yeah, you just draw.
characters. We're just
Just
like,
give
hey,
you a test. Yeah.
let me just do a test of drawing that stuff. That would be kind of a fun event to do sometime, Ella, where it's just like, oh, here, draw all these characters. Anyways, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
We
could be
did
fun,
do one like
actually.
that forever ago.
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Okay.
Well, let's do another one.
So, all right. So now I'm going to just show you, now that I have this rough done, I'm just going to show you really quick. You saw how like rough this was. Now that I've got like the general framework, I can go in here and clean this up really easy and make any corrections and stuff as I'm going, right? So I can go in here and say, okay, well, here's his eyes. I'm not going to do like a serious cleanup. I'm just to demonstrate. And there we go. We have the base of his head just from that quick drawing. So you saw if you start applying this, you know, oh, Ruben, I can
How to
draw
draw
Luigi.
Luigi.
I think I can draw Luigi. I'll tell you what. At the end of this, I will draw his head. We're almost done with the lesson, so I'll draw Luigi just for you, Ruben, and see if I can pull it off from memory. I think I can do it. I was a huge Mario fan when I was a kid, so I think I can do it. But do you see how quick that was? So imagine if you started applying this to your own art, right? Where you start using this, you position characters in different, using the cubes to kind of position them and build them out. Kind of think like you're building an animatronic or something, right? Where it's like you're think about like posing them using the these construction methods and then going in and doing all these details. So anyway, any questions, Lauren or Ella, before I do Luigi and close out?
No. No questions.
Go for it. Draw Luigi. Do it.
Okay, let's draw.
Also,
This is the
Let's see if I
dessert.
can. Let's see if I can do it from memory.
I had people asking for the link to the Kickstarter in the chat, so I just sent it again, just so you know. Just so you
thank
know.
you. Okay, let's see if I can draw Luigi. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try. Let's see. We're gonna use the methods. We're gonna draw the cube. He's got kind of a tall head. Let's see. Let's see if I can hold up
Let's
my
see if
own claim.
you got it.
We're gonna have him kind of looking this way.
Most characters.
I said no, I changed it from most. Remember, I said most. I said a lot of. I changed it because that was a wild claim I made. Okay, so we've got the basis of his head, and then now with Luigi, he's got a. Let me see. Hold on.
He's got a bigger longer face and bigger nose.
Yeah, so his head is like this, and then here.
I love him.
Let's see if I'm getting this right. When I was a kid,
so cute.
when I was a kid,
Oh
Luigi was my favorite.
Same.
Was he?
Luigi's the best. He's the best.
When I
Oh,
was a kid,
you guys
I
are so
absolutely loved Luigi.
quirky.
You're so quirky.
Oh, we're so quirky for liking
You're
Luigi.
so
He can jump.
quirky.
Listen, he can jump higher.
Bro, I did it. I
Okay.
think I did it. That's why I liked it too, was that he could jump higher.
He can jump higher.
How's that?
Oh my gosh, he looks so cute in your style. I love this.
Cute.
He's so cute.
So I have two uncles who literally look like Luigi and Mario.
Really?
Yes, my uncle.
Maybe they are
I
Luigi and
always,
Mario.
as a kid, I have.
Are they plumbers in Italian?
No, they're not plumbers. They're Lebanese. They're not plumbers.
Okay, well, all right.
So they're kind of the Great Value Mario Brothers, right? So whenever, but Luigi, my Uncle Sam looks exactly like Luigi, and my Uncle Henry looks exactly like Mario. And
wait,
every time I see these, I think of them.
You actually have an Uncle Sam?
I actually have an Uncle Sam.
That's crazy. Oh my god.
So you see this? Look. You see how we were able to draw him from memory using the cube method. And see, knowing the cube method, when you know these methods I'm teaching you, you can basically draw any character, because you'll be able to, like, all I have to do is remember their, all I have to do is kind of remember their, like, general look, and then I kind of map it into this build, right? But look how quickly, and I could draw all of the Mario characters like this. I could draw Yoshi, I could draw Toad, I could draw Mario, obviously, kind of from memory, but using this method for it. So, yeah. So I did it. You earned your $1.99. This is your $1.99 Ruben.
Luigi sketch.
This is your Great Value Luigi. So, anyways, well, what do you think? Did you guys learn something today? Did this help?
I've got a page of sketches. I'm excited
Cubes
to keep learning. I'm excited for our course to start in February. I'm excited about the Kickstarter. Just an exciting day. This is the start of something really fun.
It is.
I'm gonna drop the Kickstarter link in here one more time, just in case anyone missed it.
Well,
here we go.
You guys, so we have 2 more events today. We've got today's the last day of the training arc.
Aww.
What?
But our course is going to start really soon, so anybody who gets on our tier and watches the videos will have some fun.
Yeah.
I would so at 12:30 we're gonna do teeth and what?
Mouths and noses.
Mouths and teeth.
Mouths,
so it's good
noses.
that we did the it's good that we did the skull, because now you have a basis for that. So you don't want to miss that, because I love drawing teeth. A lot of fun. And when I show you how to draw them and carve them out of shapes, you're going to be like, oh, wow, I can draw teeth now. And it's going to be really great. So join us at 12:30 for that. And then our closing show at 6:30 is going to be our big Kickstarter show, and I'm going to be finishing up this piece that I was doing yesterday. Where is it? This one of Hugo. We're going to be wrapping him up. This was turning out to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to wrap this one up, and we'll go from there. So hope you guys had a great time. We will see you in 2 hours. And yeah, thanks a lot. We'll see you soon.
Yay!
Bye.
Bye, guys.